Hi, welcome back to another Pick a Card love reading. We have our 3 piles here, and in the description box below you can get your timestamps for your pile. 1 is on the left, 2 is in the middle, and 3 is on the right. The cards that I'm using for this reading will also be in the description box down below, along with the link to my Facebook page, and you can message me there if you'd like a private reading. I hope you enjoy your message. Hi, and welcome to your reading if you chose group number 1. So, I'm going to jump straight into the masculine's headspace. Very interesting cards came out here. First of all, we have the King and Queen of Wands. Then the Tower and the Two of Cups. So, what I'm seeing here is that the masculine is really... The masculine in this reading sees this connection as something extremely passionate and magnetic. The connection is, it feels like, you could call it soulmate, twin flame energy. You could call it just like a deep soul resonance. Like, absolutely, without a doubt, we belong together. The masculine sees potential for this connection to be limitless and just so... Like, I do see 2 very creative, maybe explosive type people. This is Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries fire energy here. So some people in this reading might resonate with that. We've got a lot of strong Leo energy here. We've also got Gemini, Libra, Taurus, Scorpio, and Pisces here. That doesn't have to... Oh, and Sagittarius again, actually, and Aquarius there as well. I see. Doesn't have to resonate, doesn't truly matter. But so the masculine is feeling like this beautiful connection is challenged at this time. Perhaps something has happened in the recent past that has caused a foundational crumbling, perhaps. We've got the Tower cards and the Two of Cups to come together. So something about this connection has not gone in the direction that perhaps the masculine had envisioned. But nonetheless, I see that this is a really, really deep connection and will and has perhaps make it through any challenges, regardless if the Tower card is there. So I feel like this is there's some sort of foundational change in regards to the way you connect, maybe. It could be because lifestyle change or like a personal situation has changed your availability, or there's so many different things it could be, but it's showing that there's huge changes on the way the relationship functions, or a new way of relating, or there's just been a huge shift. We have I need more balance and will you choose me in the headspace for the masculine. So it's definitely showing that the masculine wants to whatever's challenged or happened here, the masculine wants to rise up from whatever the destruction has been or whatever the crumbling has been. The masculine wants a rebirth for himself and to be in alignment with the feminine, because he knows that this could be a total power couple sort of situation, or perhaps has been or is. It'll be a little different for everybody, like along the timeline here. Some masculines will have risen from, or some will be yet to rise from the destruction and reach this higher potential where the masculine can truly embody more of his own personal truth in life. Like I see a very big rebirth on a spiritual level rippling out into all bodies of existence for the masculine. It's a lot of growth is highlighted here. Will you choose me and I need more balance? The masculine, I do feel a lot of pain perhaps in the headspace for the masculine, like a feeling like really a bit anxious that could be too late for some, if that applies, perhaps. In the heart space, we have the beautiful Empress and the Lover's card. That's so gorgeous. He's just feeling such a strong calling to make better choices in life. Really see this. The Empress is the feminine here as well, so it's choosing and knowing in the heart space that this is a very profound connection, and a profound feminine to have in his life. Very supportive and nurturing, just totally leads by example, really powerful person, somebody who just knows themselves, is themselves, knows how to help other people up and lift other people up. There's a very rich, abundant, nurturing, nurse-like healing energy from the feminine, and the masculine wants to learn from that and is inspired and in awe of that. We have, I am manifesting you, and do you even see me that way? So the masculine is a little concerned that he isn't perhaps on the feminine's level here, or yet. Perhaps, I feel like the masculine knows he has the potential to, and perhaps has been, and there's some, with the Tower card, there's some sort of something that is a setback or something for the masculine that's needing to be overcome. I am manifesting you. The masculine truly wants this connection, especially with that Lovers card there. It's not only making decisions for, it's not only a soulmate connection card, it's also making decisions for your own path. It's being in alignment so that you can attract the best opportunities for yourself. It's truly like just making the best choices for you, whether they're difficult choices or not. Viewing the feminine here as with the Wheel of Fortune, 7 of Cups, 4 of Cups. So the feminine is going through a lot of change. Perhaps it's seasonal. It could be personal outside the connection. It could be within. It is rippled within the connection. But the feminine is going through big change, and the masculine is not so sure if the feminine is going to come back his way, if that applies for some. It's like the feminine's very busy right now, and the masculine is feeling like he has disappointed her in some way, perhaps. Oh my God, something just bit me on the leg really hard. I wonder what the significance is there. Oh dear. Perhaps the masculine's done something that I'm just looking at the snake here in the 7 of Cups, and I'm just, the bite on my leg just now, and perhaps there's been a move that the masculine's made, and it's really, it's just not in alignment. Whatever the behavior, I feel like there's a behavior or things that are something that's just not in alignment. And the feminine has been perhaps the bigger person here, not gone down, but just been like, no, I'm not even going to engage in that, I feel like. And it's sort of like left the masculine thinking, perhaps. We have, do you even care? And you already know, but came out in reverse. So it's very clear that the masculine sees that the feminine isn't sure what to do in this situation, perhaps. Hasn't made any final decisions, if that's pending. Is sort of just sitting and waiting and watching at this time. And that may come across as indifference from the masculine, but it's not indifference. I feel that the feminine's sort of just rising above it, if that applies. Desire moving forward, the World, and the Death card for the masculine here. So the masculine is well aware of a healing journey ahead and big changes, old cycles that don't serve anymore needing to be burnt and shed, to step into this new way of relating, or this new, it feels like it's hard. I can't even say what that new thing is, because it feels so unknown and uncharted, like it's yet to be discovered for you, for the masculine here. I have so much desire for you, and I knew that was going to come out as I was shuffling, because I was asking the desire of the masculine, and all I could hear was, I have so much desire for you, and time to ground yourself. So yeah, there's been an imbalance perhaps in the connection here as well. So there's been something about this that hasn't been healthy, and that's what's got to end and change. the masculine needs more balance and needs to ground, needs to focus on self, but is worried that in doing that, perhaps the feminine might drift off or lose interest or something like that. So there is a concern from the masculine that would bring an ending to things if there needed to be separation to work on self or for whatever reason. Now, in the most likely action space, to read this for the masculine, we see there's this lifting. It's this sadness, and you can see the sweeping white mist sort of rises up, and just even higher again, you see the wisp. And I noticed that in the imagery, and it shows that the masculine's most likely action is perhaps grieving and a deep sense of loss, but it will in time rise back up into a more grounded and self-loving energy, a more calm and healing and accepting energy, and then resilience and sort of lifting self up out of this situation or this feeling. So the masculine will go through the motions is what I feel here, but also separately, the Five of Cups and Queen of Pentacles, it's like the masculine's here grieving, and the feminine is here in her abundance and protecting her abundance and self. And it's almost like, there's this, it's almost like the masculine feels the feminine is unobtainable at this time, or is concerned that might be a factor. I left because you told me to. I still don't have all the answers, and I am terrified. So although this is I feel like there's communication here. That may not be the case for everybody, but I feel like there's communication and friendship and kinship and deep soul resonance here. But these are, I feel, are the underlying feelings that may not have been getting expressed as so much yet, or it's like maybe the conversations are coming in dribs and drabs, and there's not a chance to fully sit down and talk it out. Maybe that might be needed. I left because you told me to. So there's definitely been a need to step back from this connection at this time. In the Oracle cards we have, it is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. Now is the time to give to yourself. So that is for the masculine here. We have spaciousness. What do I no longer need? Help me, God, to release whatever people, places, or things drain my vital essence. Show me what will fill me with enthusiasm and joy. So, the masculine does need to release a focus on this situation, the feminine, the details of life, the tower moment, whatever it is. And there's a deep need for presence this week on both sides. There's a really, your power is in your presence this week, is the message I got strongly for both sides here. Your presence with whatever is in front of you right in this moment. So spaciousness for the masculine, and look at the imagery and colours there. This is that one of taking some time out. So maybe some time with water, spending a bit of time in local water holes if that's possible. Resilience and came reversed. So, and then also we had this is actually interesting. We had 43, Father of the Sky, God, and for the feminine we had Mother of the Sea, Goddess, and that was 44. We'll get to the feminines later, but it was just interesting that they both came out. It just spoke more of this real, it spoke to this connection being extremely powerful, and that you clearly help each other grow and rise up in so many ways. So I release the weight of the world from my shoulders and resilience. The masculine perhaps needs to release an idea that it's always hard for him, or that he doesn't have any assistance, or that he has to do this alone, and or he has to carry all this, or he has to ruminate, or there is the real strong message to just release, let go, be soft. Okay, so over to the feminine. We have the Six of Cups and the Four of Wands. The feminine is, I feel, quite busy in her own life. That could be with family and children with the Six of Cups. It could be with community or work commitments. There's just the beautiful celebration energy here. There's a lot of happiness, a lot of movement and action, a lot of perhaps thinking about the past as well. We've got, I feel the same way, and happiness is my priority. So the feminine feels all of this the same way, how where the masculine is at. I feel like there is a sense of being on the same page and understanding. But with happiness is my priority, I feel the feminine is not connecting to any of the drama of this situation, if that applies, or is sort of just focusing on what she needs to do, focusing on her happiness, focusing on what is going to support and nurture. So like exactly this, show me what fills me with enthusiasm and joy. And so the feminine is at a place of releasing anything that's going to be a drag, because perhaps she's just so needed elsewhere. And she also, I feel the feminine knows that she's, you know, of greater service when she's at her best as well. So there is, there's the definitely soulmate and past life energy here as well, like with the King and Queen of Wands, with that Two of Cups as well on the masculine side, and then the Four of Wands, Six of Cups. It's like this is a deeply spiritual connection, that deeply just really active, self-activating connection. I feel like you have activated each other just by knowing each other. Actually, there was something I saw that told me about that. Maybe it'll pop up. Oh yeah, no, it was over on the World card. And I just was really drawn to the colours, and that was what was telling me that there's been a huge activation in just meeting each other, just coming into each other's world. So yeah, there's definitely with the Four of Wands sort of, this can be also marriage celebrations and things like that with the Four of Wands, engagements and joy and coming togetherness. In the heart space, we've got the gorgeous Ten of Cups and Six of Wands. The feminine truly is prioritizing her happiness. It does feel that this connection has all the potential to bring her even more fulfillment and happiness. And when I say even more, I feel because the feminine already has her own happiness from within and doesn't seek it externally in that way. Like I really feel a true light beam I'm reading for here, from reading for the feminine. We have I'm absolutely in love with you. I'm ready and I want to start a family with you. With that Six of Cups there, we got the Empress there. That very well could be talking about children for some people in this reading, and becoming a family, becoming a mother, or the desire to have children or have another child. The Empress and the Lovers card, definitely, you know, that's a total pregnancy card, and the Lovers is how we make a baby, isn't it? So, I am manifesting you. Very well could be trying to manifest a baby. That could apply for some people. Yes, I'm absolutely in love with you. Ready to start a family. I am ready. With the Ten of Cups, this is really, the feminine knows in her heart space that this is such a beautiful, profound, wonderful connection, and sees the future with a family together. I feel also the feminine has a lot of faith in this connection. So a lot came out for how the feminine's viewing the masculine. First, the Seven of Pentacles. So invested and showing up. The masculine is definitely showing that he is interested in growing together and wants to spend the time truly finding out what this connection needs. Because one size does not fit all. And I feel like that's something the feminine really appreciates with the masculine. Like, he tends to things for its individual needs. He has an awareness, like, he's very present in that way. So we have, these came out together. The Star, the Three of Swords, Temperance, and the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, the feminine sees the masculine as having gone through some perhaps pretty major heartache or setbacks, and has needed to surrender to what the universe has delivered. That may apply for some. And this is a huge journey. It talks about it, I feel, a huge journey of healing, and holding on to hope that things will get better if you just apply yourself. And the masculine knows he needs to apply himself and just continue this path of self-mastery, or his studies, or his building a business, or whatever this is that he shows up at and attends to each day, to surrender to that path, surrender to the emotions and the feelings that come up as well. There's so much change going on. There's a huge path ahead of deep, deep healing. We have I lie awake thinking about our future, and I want you to choose. The feminine wants the masculine to choose a path of healing, to choose himself, to choose self-love, to choose to surrender to to the chaos perhaps, or to what's in front, to whatever this tower is, to accept and embrace it as something that's happened for the masculine, to learn and grow, not to the masculine, if that applies for some. If there is a deep, I was going to say woe is me, or a deep sense of sadness or loss, or depression, or real deep heaviness the masculine may be going through at this time. The feminine just wants the masculine to choose healthy, happy love for self, because that is the key to everything. And I lie awake thinking about our future. I do feel that, yes, the feminine is aware that the masculine lies awake thinking about the future, and so does the feminine. But I just feel also the feminine wants the masculine to choose the way he thinks about that future, instead of projecting worries and concerns. Sure, they may be warranted, but to have a little more faith and hope, and expect and look for the best rather than the worst. Feminine's desire right now, I can see that she is in a place of waiting before, perhaps waiting to see some sort of results before making a judgment call or making the next step. We also have listen to your heart and I'm open to compromise. So the feminine is, just waiting to see how this unfolds, waiting to this is definitely a presence energy, just being with it. I don't feel a sense of wanting to walk away or feeling stressed out. I just feel like the feminine is in her power here and just is with it, holding it. Not trying to assert her will or anything onto it, or direct or steer it, but just encompassing with her own love and guidance. It could be from afar as well. There could be there could be a distance between for some people. But the feminine is waiting for expansion, is waiting for perhaps downloads or epiphanies, or waiting for a decision to be made, perhaps waiting for a judgment call and then the action that follows, waiting for perhaps some action that lifts whoever needs lifting out of the challenging situation. The feminine here with the Queen of Swords and the Strength card is just really assertive, strong, calm. That energy I was explaining before, just really in her power here, totally in her power, with love but firmness at the same time. There may be some conversations happening here with this Queen of Swords, some truths coming out, maybe some boundaries being drawn or asserted. I need more time. I need time for me, and you matter. So the feminine is saying that I feel, there seems to be perhaps a redirection at this time, that you're both needing to spend time focusing on something else. But that doesn't mean there's no separation. This doesn't mean you're not connected still. You still matter. You matter. I just need time for me or for what I'm doing. And I feel like there's a lot of commitments in the feminine's energy, other people or family or something like that. So we had that surrender to the boundless creative flow of the ocean for the goddess card for the feminine. I love that the god and goddess cards came out like that. So surrender to the cycles, and just, I feel your power is in your presence this week, just being with whatever's moving in front of you. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what you feel is right. Contentment. You can learn to rest in what you already have and already are. Suddenly you remember, I'm right here resting in God. Contentment for the feminine. So just being here with whoever's in front of you, prioritizing your happiness, being just ignited and shining. And surrender to the cycles. Surrender to where you're at right now, absolutely. The outcome cards, we had I love this, the Ace of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Three of Cups. This is friendship. This is unconditional love. This is using your highest knowledge, your sacred knowledge, to guide you in your heart space through this connection and any challenges that arise, and then extend compassion and friendship always to each other. This is a coming together if there's been separation, definitely reunion energy throughout this whole reading if there has been time apart. But I don't feel that's the case for most people here. I feel like there has been no separation, but some may. But yeah, Ace of Cups and Three of Cups, that's such a beautiful friendship. It's just like gentle kindness energy, understanding, compassion, and love. So that is a beautiful reading of two supportive beings, powerful supportive beings that understand that one size doesn't fit all. I really feel like that's sort of the takeaway for this connection. One size does not fit all, and this is such a unique connection that has unique circumstances and requires unique action. Or non-action, or whatever it needs. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that resonated, gave some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance, and I look forward to connecting again next week. Bye. Hi, and welcome to your reading if you chose group number 2. I'm going to jump straight in. Okay, so, for the masculine's headspace, we have the Emperor and Seven of Wands. We have you hurt me, but that's okay, I guess, and wait. So, I feel like looking at all these cards here, a lot of the people who chose this reading might be in a separation, or it might be the group that I read for most weeks where somebody is in a situation or a relationship with somebody else still. It does feel like it might be the masculine that's in a relationship with somebody else still. That needs to finish up with that situation before joining the feminine. That may apply. Might not be like that for everybody, but there's the Emperor here shows a father type figure. It's an authority energy, and Seven of Wands is being challenged. So the masculine may be challenged by his current position in a family situation, or his ability to step up into the Emperor role here for the feminine. He's wanting the feminine to wait, and there may have been some harsh words being thrown around lately because of frustrations or something like that. I see the masculine is trying to maintain his position, or I feel like the masculine is struggling at the moment with where he is at in his life or his direction or something like that. Yeah. In the heart space, we've got the Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. So there's a lot of worry and challenge in the masculines, in both energies, I feel. But the masculine might be feeling it more at this time. And it's to do with investment and where the masculine is invested. And he wants to be, I feel, invested with the feminine here, but I feel that like there seems to be a disconnect that I'm feeling. There may not be, but it feels like a physical distance maybe, or a life circumstantial different distance. The masculine has, I would do anything for you, but this love scares me. So it could be some fear in coming forward and investing his energy into this connection for whatever reason. Could be different for everybody as to why. Maybe it's because he's in another connection with somebody else still and has potentially could lose out on a lot. But yeah, there's definitely I feel roots in the heart space. Like this is something that's grown deep into the masculine's heart space. This connection, this it's there. It's rooted deeply in his being, I feel. And it's like no denying how he feels in that way, and that's very challenging too, because it's like whatever all these feelings that I feel both people here have for each other, for whatever reason aren't able to manifest those into experiences or whatever. It's like the situation isn't desirable or isn't in the desirable position you'd like it to be. So for viewing the feminine, we have the Fool and the Ten of Pentacles. We also have You Are So Very Special. And I chucked the Oracle card here too, because while I was shuffling the masculine's Oracle cards, this one, I was having a little chat about how the masculine feels that this connection is destined for him. And then the card Destiny came out. The Diamond Star, I focus on service and follow my highest purpose. So this is also how the masculine views the feminine, that she is somebody who walks her path. She's so powerful. She just truly embodies her own truth and allows that truth to assist others. I just feel like the feminine is somebody who's really magnetic and supportive and has a lot of wisdom to share. You're also seeing the feminine here as, a new beginning to build something stable and beautiful with. The masculine sees there's so much potential there for that. It could also be that the masculine sees the feminine is building this for herself and is taking a leap of faith and a risk to go and move her life into a deeper commitment or into to continue building her legacy and her empire. Very powerful. Like you can see just the imagery in this. I felt when I saw it, it's like that's how the masculine views the feminine, as this mystical being with so much beautiful wisdom to share, and is just in awe of her power. You are so very special to the masculine here. Now we have the Four of Cups and the Four of Wands is reversed. 2 fours here. This is desire for the connection. The masculine wants a solid foundation with the feminine. He wants to be the emperor and to be there. He wants to show up. He does. But the Four of Cups the Four of Wands is in reverse. There is no harmony. There's a lack of harmony in the connection, or a lack of coming together, or a lack of connection with this Four of Wands reversed. And then we have now is not the time, and I'm sorry. So the masculine is saying, I'm sorry. I do desire this connection. I do want to come together with you, but now is not the time, and I'm so sorry for that. For whatever reason it may be, whether that's other family or work or life commitments. It's just, from the get-go, it just has felt in this reading that the connection isn't at a place where you would both like it to be at this time. And there could be a sense of sadness and doubt and, a lot of fears that come up on both sides about this connection. Now, most likely action moving forward. We've got the King of Wands and the Chariot. Very passionate and directed energy towards the feminine. We have, I imagine you naked, and you make me want to do bad things. You make me want to do bad things in the sky on the motorbike. I just saw that and thought, some masculines out there might be, liking to stroke their ego in that way and sort of show the feminine that he's a very magnetic, attractive and powerful being in that sense. I just did feel that energy quite, like I'm don't forget me, I'm sexy, and there's a real sexy energy there between the two. So there may be a connection in that way coming up for you both, intimately, to connect, to come together sexually and have a good time together here with the, I imagine you naked, King of Wands sort of energy. The Chariot is like movement forward and making things happen and decisions, and there's a lot of sexual energy directed at this connection coming in this week, it feels. So it's like, for those that aren't at a huge distance and can still come together, even if you can't make the relationship be what you want it to right now, at least the sex is good, or at least, you know, you can still connect in these other playful ways that have meaning for you and to keep you feeling connected. So the masculine's oracle cards, we have the power of words, and with this one it's sort of saying to, in all areas of life, the masculine should be careful in what he says, what he promises for people, what he says he wants, and to use those words powerfully, and the things he says to himself as well. I feel like there's a truth that needs to be told to self here for the masculine. And to realise that the words he uses have a lot of power, so to use words that honour his own truth and what he truly wants in life, and not to please people with words and such, but to be honest. We have hardship. May I embrace what's happening right now, as baffling or painful as it is. Help me, God, to trust where you are guiding me. I am yours. So yeah, these are this in the heart space, that 9 of Wands and the 7 of Wands as well. 9 of Swords, 7 of Wands, you know, very challenged energy. Maybe needing to defend his own position in places of life, needing to defend himself or protect himself, worried about having to protect himself. And now we have freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be, for the masculine here. The path is clear if you want it to be. And we've got that Chariot and King of Wands here as well in the most likely action forward. So I did read that purely sexual, but sorry, to bring it back to the masculine's direction in life, which could be very sexually guided, influenced, I should say. I do feel this is about the masculine getting this vision of what he wants for his future and maybe making some decisions about making those steps forward. For some people, for others, I do feel that a lot of, at this time, it's like the sexual or the passionate side of the connection is all the masculine can give at this time. For some, you will know who you are. So moving over to the feminine's cards now, we've got the Judgment and the 3 of Cups here. And the feminine, is truly, with every ounce of her being, I feel, either awaiting or yearning for, desiring, wishing for reunion and friendship, and to come together, to celebrate, to be together with the 3 of Cups. Choosing to always come from a place of friendship and be understanding and compassionate to the masculine situation. I feel the feminine is always coming from that sort of place. We have I dream about you a lot, too much. I flipped a card, and I think it's because that card wasn't meant to be on the table, but I'll get there in a minute. I had a feeling when I pulled it out it wasn't meant to be there. Anyway, I dream about you a lot, too much. I'm absolutely in love with you. The feminine knows, the feminine feels, the feminine has chosen. This is a connection she truly wants. It's very, very overwhelming at times, I feel, for the feminine. She feels this calling to just be with, support, and love the masculine for wherever he is at as a true friend. Now, we have the Page of Cups reversed and the Queen of Wands. So feeling perhaps dissatisfied by an offer or lack of offer with the Page of Cups, and the Queen of Wands she's sort of looking off, like, you know, there's this offer that's, even if it was upright, it's a page, and it's not like, it can be a beautiful gesture of friendship, but it's just like that offer's not coming, or there's doubt that it's like a feeling of doubt that an offer is coming from the masculine, like, or what has come isn't enough, and the feminine sort of looking out like, you know I deserve a bit more than this. That could be the case there too, that sort of feeling. This is the card I'm not sure should be there or not. I think we should slow down. And I feel like if it was to be there, it's to say that the feminine feels out of, like, it feels a sense of lack of control over the pace, over the fact that it's either taking so long or hasn't come together as desired yet, or hasn't reached the milestones you'd hoped it would have by now, or seek professional advice. So yeah, exactly. That is the Hierophant card of this deck, the Hermit Tarot. So I think we should slow down, and the Hierophant yeah, it definitely shows me that the feminine's just feeling a little sense of lack of control over the timing thing, like it's divine timing, and she has to surrender to that, and surrender to the higher lessons here, and surrender to the lessons to be gained, and the knowing that this is with the Hierophant's here twice actually for the feminine's reading, but just down a bit. In desire, actually, in the feminine's desire. So the feminine doesn't want to slow down. She just, wants to take this to a more committed and deeper place. We have listened to your heart as well, so I feel like that ties in with this oracle card for the feminine, integrity, and needing to listen to her own heart in this journey and where she's at right now. And, making decisions based on what feels good for the feminine, and not letting other people's judgment or opinions sway her, but just truly listening to her own heart and seeking her own advice, or perhaps literally seeking professional advice on how to move through this with other feminines in places of wisdom there. I feel like there's a lot of learning about self within this connection for the feminine. The way that she's viewing them, or the way the feminine's viewing the masculine, we have the Strength card and Death card in reverse. And then we have, I want you to choose and think before you act. So the feminine, is maybe feeling a little discontented over the masculine's lack of action, if that applies. If there's been, especially with the Page of Cups reverse, like there could have been an offer or some sort of date or deadline or something that something was going to happen by, and it didn't come to be, or it hasn't changed. Nothing's changed yet. Nothing's, like, seeing the masculine isn't strong enough to create the changes needed in moving forward. Think before you act, and I want you to choose. The feminine wants the masculine to choose her in this journey. Sorry, I was distracted by someone in my garden, but they're gone now. It's okay. Wanting the masculine to choose scary changes, perhaps, as well there. And to thinking before you act. The feminine wants the masculine to make some conscious choices, to choose her, and to with the Chariot card, make some changes, make some choices, set himself free, put himself in a position where there's room for the feminine in his life, if that applies. Desire moving forward, Hierophant and the Six of Swords. Wanting to move on together, or moving forward together, or to grow together, to learn together. We have love me, and I just want you all the time. This is a marriage type energy, like I want to marry you and run away together, sort of, that's a desire. I just want to marry him and run away together. That's very much that sort of energy I see with the Six of Swords. But also it's, times of challenge within this connection. It's coming together to work that out and to move forward together as well with the Six of Swords. Love me, I just want you all the time. And for some reason, in some energies there, I just felt this real, like, please love me, sort of begging energy. So that might be worth considering too, if you are feeling that way. Now, in the most likely action here with the feminine, we've got some nice grounded earthly energy, 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. So the feminine is holding on to this connection tightly, I feel. We're also holding on to self tightly, making careful moves and careful choices. Investing her energy into all the places that's just, I feel like maybe looking for distractions sometimes as well, but mostly just investing her energy into self, and your study or your creative projects or your work, or your self-mastery or your spiritual development, or whatever this is for you, the 8 of Pentacles. This could be your paid work, or what you do to master what you master, building upon your skill set and such. We have, do you even see me that way? Your family won't like me. What do you want? So while yeah, I feel that the feminine is, trying to distract herself with work and other responsibilities, while in the back of the mind was wondering, is this going to happen? Do you feel that way about me? Do you even see me as a potential love person? Your family's not going to like me does indicate that there may be a situation where the masculine's still involved somewhere else. Or there could be some there could be some real differences about these people too. The masculine could be older or in a more perceived successfully socially acceptable position in life or something like that. And then the feminine might be more transient and less traditional, perhaps. That may be the case there too. Some of the energies we have are a strong Leo energy here, Scorpio, Aries, Cancer, and maybe Virgo. That'll be it there. Just let you know. But if that's not you, that doesn't matter. Did I say Scorpio? We've got Scorpio there too. And what do you want? So yeah, the feminine is really wanting. I want you to choose. What do you want? Choose me, please. Love me. It's very clear there for the feminine. So with that integrity card, we'll put that up here with the Queen of Wands, making choices that honor you. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. So it is just about truly being where you are right now, being with yourself in this moment. And that was another indication of that with body. Show me, divine, how to love and fully care for this body. Please give me the radiant miracle of accepting my body as it is. And what I felt with this card, as well as body image and self-worth and such, accepting your life where it is and where you are right now, whether that's within the job you want or in the relationship you want, whether you're there yet or not. It's just being here now and being accepting where you are in this moment, releasing unwanted thoughts, just allowing yourself to be here, open to all the possibilities. Being open to receive. I feel like this is a week where the feminine needs to perhaps release any attachment or feelings of lack to those things that are lacking, perceived lacking in her life, and rather just let go and be open to receive the endless possibilities that are waiting there. That's what I feel for the feminine here this week. We have the Temple, home. I no longer search outside myself for home. There it is. Totally. So that's a really nice message. I feel like the feminine is coming back home to self this week. Getting back to the mundane. Like if I pulled a charm right now, I can see already it would be the peg, which is that Eight of Pentacles energy. Just putting your nose down, staying grounded, focusing on yourself, doing what feels good for you, trying your best to release any attachment to certain outcomes that you desire, and just be here in this moment with gratitude. Okay, so in the outcome cards, we had the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, which sort of sprinkled over the whole reading of this decision that needs to be made of a relationship here. Somebody's needing to perhaps make a decision or rebalance some commitments out so that the Two of Cups and some harmony can come in. I do feel that this also indicates that there is a beautiful, loving connection in here that will continue through any changes and juggling. Is that all the cards I have? That is all the cards I have. Okay. I'm going to leave that there. I hope that gave you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance this week, and I look forward to touching in again next week. Bye. Hi, and welcome to your reading if you chose group number 3, and I'm going to jump straight in. This one is, as always, group 3. You don't disappoint. I'm a little confused, I should say, but we'll go through it and see what happens. A few different potential timelines here, but in the masculine's headspace, I do think that the masculine is very heavily thinking about the feminine and her level of commitment and the way she shows up and shares her energy and her time and her resources. I feel like the masculine's really deeply reflective of the feminine's her energy and her gentleness and the way she tends to things, and there is the feminine may have a need at the moment to withdraw to tend to her own needs and care for herself at this time. There is a sense of dissatisfaction coming from the feminine in these cards, like feel that there's an imbalance, perhaps, or has been an imbalance, so the feminine may feel like she's taken for granted at this time, maybe. But we'll stick to the masculine anyway. It's just very heavily sitting with that feminine's, with her energy and where she's at right now. I have so much desire for you. I just want you all the time. Let me have you. Very strong desire in cards from the masculine here. He does feel very invested in this connection. Very like he does not want to lose this connection, if that applies at this time. It's very strong magnetic pull towards the feminine, and just wants to be in her gentle care is what I'm feeling. Just like as if the feminine feels like a real safe place. Just her energy alone, perhaps, or something may have happened to spook the masculine or spook the situation. Something's happened where the masculine just, I feel, wants to hide in the feminine's energy and just be cocooned and just, yeah, I get this feeling from those cards anyway. In the heart space, this is interesting. We have the Three of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. And then we had I'm sorry and I'm coming. So now this will be different for everybody. Some people here, that there may have been a third party situation. If that's your situation, then you already know about that. Because everything here is on the table. So for some people, it could be sorry about a third party situation, whether that's another person or other commitment that's just taken from this connection and not allowed the right energy to be invested in for distractions or whatever it may have been. So that could apply there too. It could also be that the masculine is sorry for taking so long. If this connection hasn't come together yet properly, and the feminine and masculine are still waiting for union, if that applies. I'm sorry, I am coming. Trust that I'm coming. Trust that there will be reunion and we will come together. There's a deep desire from the masculine to celebrate, come together and join with the feminine and build something beautiful with this Ten of Pentacles. Build something long-lasting. This is like a forever, like the masculine sees this as something he wants to invest in for the long term. Now the feminine is viewing the feminine here with the Queen of Wands and the Four of Swords. So beautiful, magnetic, powerful, gorgeous energy with this Queen of Wands. That's Leo, Sagittarius and Aries. We've also got Cancer here, Libra, Gemini, Taurus, if you consider the Hierophant Taurus, sorry. Yeah, that's the main energy. There's not too many big characters on this reading, but that's all right. Yes. So, yeah, the feminine at this time may be wanting to withdraw her energy or to take a step back. There seems to be some, I feel like a mental anguish here with the Four of Swords. We have, I just dream and wish for everything, and do you think about me too? So the feminine may be feeling a little isolated and alone at this time, or that this is, or that I just keep coming back to these cards here about the feminine's investment and how much energy, and I feel like, yeah, how much energy the feminine has invested into this connection, maybe feeling like it's not returned, or that something, like for how much she's put in, something that's happened is not a fair return or something like that. The feminine, the masculine is well aware of where the feminine is at right now. You can see that clearly. I feel there's quite the telepathic, connection between the two here. Desire moving forward, Six of Wands, Four of Wands, wanting a public victory, wanting to announce this connection to the world, wanting success, wanting to come together, wanting to share a community together and really join forces here, wanting to celebrate and have fun and live in passion together. We have the card Sex, which is from the Devil series of this deck. So it can be attachment energy. And we have, I just wish things were different in reverse. So there is a huge desire from the masculine to connect sexually and enjoy that side of things. But there's, with the Four of Wands and Seven of Pentacles maybe, or Cups, just wishing things were different. Pentacles. Or Seven of Wands, maybe. I think you need to intuitively choose which deck, which suit these belong to, but I feel like, yeah, there's lack of harmony or lack of connection. There's for this connection, it just feels like this connection hasn't come to the place it needs to come to yet. That may be the case. Or if it did and crumbled and it's just not there now. Or, the masculine wants to bring it to that place. He wants to continue connecting sexually if that applies there, or if you haven't done that yet, to do that, and to maybe let others know that you're an exclusive couple now. That could be the case as well. I just wish things were different. So there's something here that somebody's sorry for and wishes it didn't happen that way, or there is. So I feel like this could be a connection that might be very attached to each other in so many ways, or have been very entangled in a lot of ways, but there might have been some things about this that hasn't been so healthy, but that doesn't stop you from wanting to stay attached to each other. That may apply. Like, as in, there's been a lot of gone through a lot of experiences together, perhaps. Might be a lot of water under this bridge. Most likely action for the masculine. We have the Hierophant, Justice, and Three of Pentacles. So wanting to deepen the commitment to the feminine, wanting to really make a choice from the heart space here to step up and show up, and there seems to be some deep realizations coming in about this connection too. And Three of Pentacles, wanting to cooperate, wanting to work on this together, wanting to move through this together, wanting to join forces. It's come up quite a lot in this reading. We have, I don't want to lose you, I'm terrified, come up here as well. So with this Three of Cups, and I'm sorry if that was a third party situation, the masculine here is extremely sorry and wishes that didn't happen and wants to work through this together and is invested in this commitment, not anything else. It was a mistake, if that applies. If it was something else, some other sort of issue that wasn't third party, like I said before, you will know. I'm not breaking any news here. So if that doesn't resonate with you, then it's something else that has felt like this. You haven't, like, the feminine here has given a lot, and it's almost like the same wasn't repaid, and now it's come to this point where the masculine feels like he may lose everything and is afraid of that. In the Oracle cards, we have, for the masculine, we have, you may not always understand why certain things happen, however, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. And that's the Shekinah, Divine Feminine picture there. We have impatience. My life is unfolding in divine timing. All delays are beneficial. I'm always at the right place at the right time. We have embrace change. And the Lost Star, rebirth, out of the darkness into the light. So some very powerful oracle cards here that talk about shift, change, rebirth, and allowing yourself to be where you are right now through these changes. Understanding that everything is happening for a higher purpose and for you, not to you. It's very much a sitting with this place you're in right now, and if for the masculine that's a mistake you've made, then sitting with that and owning it. It's very, definitely a moment to allow, I feel like it's like allow life and the forces to have its way with you, masculine, on an internal level. In the feminine's headspace now, we have the Eight of Wands and the Hanged One. So this could be some information that may have come in here, or some change, or a lot of action, a lot of changes, a lot of movement here that's come in and caused a need to pause, step back, look at things differently. Perhaps some information's come in that's made you look at things differently. It could have been like it was, if it was that third party situation, that's, definitely something to make you stop and pause and Have a think about things. The cards that came out with that as well, with the Hermit Tarot, were there is someone else, but that came in reverse. So it may be that there was someone else in the past here, and we also have you are my everything in reverse, and I need more time. I need more time is very suitable for the Hanged One. It's needing more time to reflect and to sort of look at this from another angle and just go with the flow of things. Just sort of, I feel this energy quite heavily collectively. It's like we're just in this moment right now. We're not in the past, we're not in the future. It's sort of just this doorway, this gateway, and we're just got to sit with it and witness it and go through it. And we don't know where we're going. And we know where we've been, and it's this sense of unknownness at the moment. But anyway, in the feminine's headspace, yes. Deeply going within, deeply reflecting, needing time out. So if there was someone else, you are my everything in reverse. So it could have, could definitely be either the fear that there was someone else, or that perhaps that had happened in the past, and feeling like, how sacred is this connection if you could go there and do that in the first place. With you are my everything in reverse. That was your everything, or you were my everything, and it's not anymore. That could be the case as well, turned upside down, with very much like the Hanged One, right? And yeah. Now this may not apply to everybody, like I said before, so you'll know. In the heart space, we've got the Four of Cups and the Two of Swords. We have, I'm in so much pain, and I still don't have all the answers. So yeah, the feminine is deeply feeling this experience where she's at right now, not knowing which way to go forward, not knowing perhaps what the truth is, not knowing how it's going to turn out, not wanting this experience at all. The jumper says over it, just no, not feeling like victimized perhaps by this situation, and it's like caused you to all of a sudden, like it's like maybe you had this image of how things were going to go, and without being too clingy to the outcome, but a bit of flow there, just saying you had an idea perhaps, and this information or this change or what's happened has just knocked that out of the water, and now it's just no clue. That's just gone now, perhaps. Viewing the masculine with the Knight of Wands and the Chariot reversed. So perhaps a little bit impulsive or hot and cold, in and out, not consistent, very passionate but misdirected perhaps, misdirected passion, or just, yeah, the masculine's like attempting to, whatever attempts the masculine has had here, I feel, to be grounded or to be direct, or it's just, I feel like the masculine's gone about something the wrong way here. We have, I'm a very jealous person. Do you even care? And yeah, nah. So, yeah. I feel like this could be either in the party here. I'm a very jealous person, whether that's the feminine feeling jealous or the masculine is a very jealous person. It could be a bit of both. Do you even care? Yeah, nah. It's just there's just the action here has been hurtful for somebody, and I think like it's really hard for the feminine to move past that at this time. It's like the masculine isn't putting in the same amount of effort, or I just feel like the feminine feels over-invested and just like she's given so much only to have not only it not paid back, but like a jab in the rib or something. Like that could be dramatic, but it just feels like the feminine feels victimized here, or like, she tried her best and the results just don't seem to match up. That, yeah, if that applies. I hope that made sense for someone. Now, in the desire for the connection, 8 of Swords in the World. The feminine is really sick of being stuck in this situation, really feeling it, wanting to release self, finding the pathway to release self is the desire here. Just enough's enough. I really feel this level of I've had enough, and I'm not going to go through this again. I'm not yeah, there is a fair bit of fears flowing around. But there is a desire to come to the end of this, to finish with this cycle, to learn the lesson, to move forward. I lie awake thinking about our future, and have I lost everything in reverse? So that could very well be feeling like, I just feel like there's a lot of fears about the future. And with the World card and have I lost everything in reverse, it's like the feminine wants, I feel here, the feminine wants to end any cycles of whatever this shady stuff is, if it was that or whatever it was that wasn't harmonious to this connection or healthy. Wanting to leave that behind but not the connection, wanting to continue the connection still. So everything is not lost. It's just hoping to recuperate the connection, hoping to heal as well, and like there's still faith here, or there's still hope. Now that we have in action moving forward, Page of Wands, 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. So there is this, perhaps there is, yeah, especially with the, you know, Hierophant, Judgment, and the 3 of Pentacles on the masculine side for most likely action. This is very cooperative energy. It's supportive of a connection that comes together and, you know, talks it out and finds a way to meet each other in a place that's unconditional and free-spirited and meets each other's needs and understands each other. And 9 and 10 of Cups is just ultimate wish fulfillment for a happy ever after sort of cards here. And we have, you hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. I would do anything for you. So there is so much forgiveness and love here in this situation from the feminine. Her desire is to make this work and for this connection to come together regardless of any of the challenges that you've faced or will face. I feel this undying sense of commitment here between you both. And then in the outcome, I'll just go to outcome cards. I've got them here anyway. So the Page of Pentacles, the 2 of Cups, manifesting this fresh energy or new nurturing connection or energy within the connection, like wanting to work on it, wanting to come together. And we also have the Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. So we are showing up with love, with passion, with care, with understanding, with compromise, with compassion, with, I hope I said that, you know, deep conversations, working it out. I see a lot of new, fresh energy being breathed into this situation or this connection. I do see the rebirth here in the masculine's card, and that there is a blessing in the turmoil. The feminine's oracles are only time will tell. Patience. If you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I let this be for now. Help me relax and trust every need will be met. Often change soon follows. Very much a message of surrendering. Self-love. And the Amber Star, let go. I surrender and allow myself to grieve. So yeah, this is having patience for yourself at this time and how you're feeling, feminine. This is taking time out for self-love, letting go of the pain in this situation, giving yourself all the time you need to go through this process. I feel with that World card there, to release, to come to this sense of completion of the experience, to truly grieve and release it. Give yourself the time for that. Yeah, all right. So that was an interesting reading. I don't even know what to say there. So I hope that resonated with somebody. Hope somebody clicked through that one. I'd love to hear about that in the comments. But yeah, I'll leave it there, and I look forward to connecting again next week. Bye.